What's up, y'all boys? Welcome back to the channel. So I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to put the clutch on, put the trans with the motor, and drop the motor in to the engine bay. I'm by myself, just with my girl. So I mean, I've done it plenty of times, but you know, it's always good to have some help. But my girl's probably gonna help me. But yeah, that's for the plans. That's the plans for today. I'll let y'all know how it goes. I'm not 100% sure if everything's gonna work out perfectly. I went ahead and bought some Loctite for the clutch, and I think that's pretty much all I really need. I do have a torque wrench just to get those bolts down packed, you know, like the perfect spec, and I should be good to go. I'm just gonna clear up some space in the engine bay, just make sure everything's cleared out the way, take off that tape, and move some of the stuff out the way, and I'll show you guys once I get the motor, I believe, on the engine stand. I mean, on the hoist. So I'll let y'all know. So I'm at the point where I gotta just add the clutch. I do have a Spec D twin disc from Mazworks. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that on there right now. I've never done a twin disc before, so I'm not entirely sure if it's completely different, but I'm pretty sure it's the same as a single disc. But I'm gonna go ahead and look at it right now. It's still in the packaging, so I'll show you when that is on now. So the clutch and flywheel is torqued down to spec. I had to go get a tool because I didn't have one of them, but it is torqued down to spec now. So, you know, I wanted to double check everything. I had never really done a twin disc before, but it's pretty straightforward. The instructions are pretty straightforward. So, you know, everything is on there. Flywheel's on there, clutches are on there. I made sure everything's lined up. They made it easy by, you know, marking it, just so if it moves, you know where to put it back. And then obviously you got the alignment tool. So that's pretty smooth and it's good to go. So next I'm gonna go ahead and put on the slave and stuff. I have a Tilton one. I don't know where I put it. Right here. But the release bearing. So I'm gonna go ahead and install that. And once that's installed on the transmission with the fork and everything, then I can go ahead and connect it to the engine with the clutch. So that's next. So I'll show you guys when I'm done with that. All right, so I'm gonna stop here for now. I just realized I don't have a slave. I remembered I sold my external slave because I remember I was using a HR transmission, not a CD09, so everything changed and I completely forgot about that. So I'm gonna have to order some lines and the external slave and hook it up, but that's on, the clutch is on. It just has to get the slave on there and it should be good to go. I actually forgot how the slave works on here, like the routing for the lines, so I'm gonna have to just look it up and then order the part, and then I should be good to go. So I'll continue this video when I have the part. All right, so I made a mistake when I was talking about the slave. It is, in fact, an internal slave. I don't know why I thought it was an external slave. So this is very similar to like how the 370Zs and the HRs, how their slave is. So I'm gonna have to get a line, run it, which I have here already. Set this line up. This will be my bleed line, and then I'll have another line going up to the firewall, and that'll be going to the other slave. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Well, I don't have to really route it, but I just have to get the lines in there before I connect the transmission and the engine together, so that I don't have to drop the transmission again. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. All right, so I got the lines on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect the transmission to the engine, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put it inside the car, and then that'll be it for now. So it took me a little minute. I had to figure out something because my lines were a little wonky, and I had to figure out something with the bleeder line, and then I came up with like this. This is gonna be the bleeder line. It's gonna go up to the top towards, like, and it's gonna be in the firewall, pretty much in the same spot as where the clutch line is, so that when I bleed it, it's right next to each other, and I don't have to be under the car to bleed it. So yeah, so let me go ahead and connect it, and then I'll show you after. All right, so it took me a little minute, but I got it on. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the engine bay for now, and then I'll come back to it another day. And honestly, I'm about to go play some arc raiders, so I'm just gonna lay it in there for now, and then, you know, we'll continue from after that. Like, I'll put everything on there. On the 20th, I gotta take the car to Fab Shop, so I gotta put everything together so that he could, you know, do his thing. But it is together now. And I have the lines routed here. One is the bleed line, like I said, which is this one. And then the other one is going to the slave. But other than that, it's good to go. All right, doing this Olo, I gotta lift up the car a little bit because the engine hoist is hitting the subframe, but should go in pretty smooth. And once I get it in there, I'm just gonna lay it in there for now. I'm not gonna do anything crazy because it's a lot more work if I do a whole bunch of stuff now. And like I said, I'm trying to go play some arc raiders, so I'm just gonna drop it in there and then leave it as it is. All right, so she's in now. I just placed it in there, nothing crazy. I do have to put the transmission mount on. I actually don't know if the shifter is in the right location. I don't know yet. But everything else is coming together. I don't know if I'm just gonna, I have to put the turbo on there, but I'm gonna, you know, make sure I have everything else on there, and I might do it after I put on the transmission mount. And once I have that, then should be good to go. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys like it. It's, you know, nothing crazy so far. It's gonna look a little bit more complete in the next video, but it is what it is. But like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.